In today's show, breaking news, Bitcoin price hits a new all-time high above $19,892 as the crypto market matures. I'm going to be breaking this down for you, and check this out. Bitcoin futures hit 20,300 right before the Bitcoin price dropped 1,000 in 10 minutes. I'll be breaking down why we experienced this unique volatility. Also in today's episode, Tyler Winklevoss tells CNBC that cash is trash. That's right, they were interviewed by Squawk Box and shared the following.
Tyler, I'll start with you. What have you been doing over the last 8 months to accommodate this meteoric rise we've seen in Bitcoin? And have you been personally doubling down on your investment in Bitcoin?
So we've just been hodling. Our thesis is that Bitcoin is gold 2.0, that it will disrupt gold. And if it does that, it has to have a market cap of 9 trillion. So we think that prices Bitcoin it could price one day at $500,000 a Bitcoin. So at $18,000 Bitcoin, it's a hold, or at least if you don't have any, it's a buy opportunity, because we think there's a 25x from here.
So there you have it. He believes Bitcoin will 25x, surpassing $500,000. I'll be breaking this down for you in today's show. Also in today's episode, I'm going to be sharing a metric which suggests the Bitcoin price can go as high as $590,000 this bull run. I'll also be sharing the latest from Plan B, the creator of the stock The Flow, who points out we just had the highest monthly close in Bitcoin history, and the Binance CEO points out, do you realize that the current part of the Bitcoin chart that you can see on your screen will be the flat line in a few years? Pretty crazy, right? We're also going to be discussing the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin and all the major altcoins are in the green, but where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out all this, plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day, so be sure to smash that subscribe button, that's right, and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And before I kick off today's show, if interested in tapping into OPM, leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, then smash that link right below the video in the description. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. Congratulations to all the hodlers out there. Bitcoin finally did it. It's been 3 years. We had the craziest crypto winter, but guess what? We did it, and we crushed that all-time high. Bitcoin touched $19,892, and let's break down what's going on right now in the crypto market. Bitcoin price officially reached the new all-time high today on December 1st, so today is going down in history, reaching above $19,892 after nearly 3 years, according to data from Coinbase and TradingView, as you can see right here on your screen. Now, despite the Thanksgiving crash last week, the Bitcoin price managed to rebound throughout the weekend pretty fast, right? Bitcoin then easily passed the $19,000 mark on Monday to reach its all-time high on a couple of exchanges. Now, there's 3 key trends I'm going to share with you that fueled the Bitcoin rise from sub 3,600 level in March to now over $19,892. These include the rise in institutional demand, the lowering selling pressure, and the resilience of Bitcoin throughout 2020. All right, so let's break down. Data suggests institutional demand propelled the rally. Most on-chain data points show that the demand for Bitcoin from institutions has been rapidly increasing. In November, Grayscale recorded all-time high net inflows, and the CME Bitcoin futures saw its open interest climb to nearly $1 billion. Now, Grayscale said in particular that more institutions invested into cryptocurrencies during the third quarter of 2020 than ever before. The figures Grayscale sees are important to gauge the institutional interest in Bitcoin, because the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is typically the first point of entry for most institutions to gain exposure to BTC. In the United States, there's no exchange-traded fund, better known as an ETF, for Bitcoin and other major cryptos. Hence, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is the closest investment vehicle to an ETF in the United States market. The Grayscale report read, more institutions invested in quarter 3 of 2020 than ever before, and have increased their average allocation from $2.2 million in quarter 3 of 2019 to $2.9 million in quarter 3 of 2020. Institutions that are comfortable with multiple products within the Grayscale suite of products have averaged nearly double the commitments of single product investors during quarter 3 of 2020. I also like to point out right here, check this out, breaking, just during the last week, Grayscale bought 7,300 plus BTC. That's right. And also Guggenheim just announced investing approximately $500 million into the king of all crypto through the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. So talk about massive institutional demand. Also MicroStrategy purchased $450 million worth of Bitcoin, adopting Bitcoin as its primary treasury asset. This was likely the spark that triggered the current wave of institutional demand for the digital store value. Now, this was accompanied throughout the summer by high-profile allocations to Bitcoin from the likes of Square, Jack Dorsey's company, which invested $50 million into the king of all crypto, and Paul Tudor Jones, who announced allocating 2% of his investment portfolio into Bitcoin, and as well as Stanley Druckenmiller, who recently joined the party, which only further fueled the positive market sentiment, as Travis King points out right here on Crypto Twitter. I call this chart the traditional onslaught. We've been talking about the herd for 3+ years. The herd requires career risk cover. This is that. They are by definition not early adopters, but their pockets are deep and their capital is sticky. Bitcoin is just getting started. And you can see Morgan Stanley, Jim Cramer, PayPal, JP Morgan, Druckenmiller, Citibank, Cramer again, BlackRock, Bernstein, Guggenheim, and it goes on and on. You gotta love it. Last month in November, Druckenmiller explained that Bitcoin is likely here to stay as it significantly outperformed gold in 2020. He shared the following: it's been around for 13 years, and with each passing day, it picks up more of its stabilization as a brand. Touche. All right, now for the next factor, which likely propelled Bitcoin to a new all-time high, is low whale inflows. 6 months after the halving, November also saw low selling pressure from whales, according to on-chain data. In other words, the amount of Bitcoin being sent to exchanges from high net worth investors have been consistently decreasing throughout the month, as you can see right here on this graph brought to you by CryptoQuant. CryptoQuant CEO Ki Jung-ju pinpointed the exchange whale ratio as an indicator for long-term bullish market sentiment. He shared the following: dear Bitcoin shorters, you can call me a moon boy, but unfortunately, there won't be a mass dumping like March this year. Exchange whale ratio is still very low. Long-term bullish is inevitable. So the low selling pressure on Bitcoin helps sustain its rally throughout the month, eventually allowing the dominant crypto to reach a record high. Now for the third factor, which likely propelled the Bitcoin price to this new all-time high, is Bitcoin's resilience, which has been a major factor. On June 13th, JP Morgan said in a note that Bitcoin's recovery from the March crash showed that it had staying power. The recognition of Bitcoin's resilience by the largest investment bank in the US likely acted as a major confidence boost, especially for institutional investors. Now, ultimately, the impressive performance over the past decade and Bitcoin's strong momentum since dropping below 3,600 across major exchanges in March demonstrated Bitcoin's resilience and long-term potential as a digital store value. That's right. And now for our next story of the day. Bitcoin futures hits 20,300 right before the Bitcoin price drops $1,000 in 10 minutes. Let's break it down, shall we? Bitcoin futures hit 20K on December 1st today as all-time highs finally began to convert into a new price era for Bitcoin. Data from the CME showed Bitcoin futures heading past the historic $20,000 mark during Tuesday's trading. Now check this out. At press time, highs of 20,300 appeared amid characteristic volatility. We saw Bitcoin crash to 19,000 in under 10 minutes. As you can see, this massive red wick right here on your screen. It's also worth noting that a $1,000 swing is just 5% now that the Bitcoin price is close to 20,000, so adjust accordingly. Popular pseudonymous trader Crypto Bull tweeted in response to the flash crash. The move is nonetheless a momentous occasion for Bitcoin, which today has officially broken its all-time high, as I pointed out, at $19,892. Now, it's important to point out, with futures normally a modest percentage higher than the spot price, CME and other operator order books were already primed to head into uncharted territory first. CME, in fact, passed that $20,000 mark when it launched at around $20,700 in December of 2017, with the market still waiting for new all-time highs on Tuesday. Now check this out. Record volume and open interest had already buoyed analysts, keen to see the extent of institutional interest in Bitcoin as 2020 draws to a close. Now this year has differentiated Bitcoin from 2017, when a previous attempt to crack that 20K all-time high on the stock markets coincided with the first futures markets going live. Now thanks to this weekend's volatility, a giant $1,300 gap in futures markets remain open as the new highs hit, this traditionally suggests that Bitcoin will fall to fill it. In this case, such a pullback would take the pair as low to $16,900. So it's important to point that in mind. And before I break down our next story of the day, Tyler Winklevoss tells CNBC that cash is trash and that he believes investors will eventually send the Bitcoin price to over $500,000. But let's first take a look at the overall crypto market. We can see Bitcoin currently up 2.3% for the day, trading just above $19,150. We have Ethereum down 2%, trading at $581. XRP down 0.5%, trading just below 62 cents. We have Miss Litecoin up about 5%, trading at $83.52. Cardano in the red, Stellar Lumens in the red, BNB in the red. All right, now let's break down our next story of the day. Tyler Winklevoss tells CNBC that cash is trash, which FYI is one of my favorite mantras. Isn't it beautiful? Not one to mince words. Tyler Winklevoss reportedly told the business network CNBC that cash is trash. In his view, it's only a matter of time before investors dump the dollar and other fiat currencies for Bitcoin. He goes on to share, at some point, it's hard to look at those data points and say that Bitcoin isn't an incredible store of value. That's right, as he shared right here on CNBC's Squawk Box, we've just been hodling. We think there's a 25x from here. And now for some more of the highlights from this interview. His twin brother Cameron Winklevoss also said that Bitcoin just needs to be better than gold to see its value rise to remarkable levels. The twins, who run the United States-based crypto exchange Gemini, believe Bitcoin will eventually hit $500,000, mirroring a recent forecast from Catherine Wood, the CEO of ARK Investment Management. Now, crypto enthusiasts believe Bitcoin's recent run-up is different from previous market cycles because of the influx of institutional investors into the space. That's a fact. Bitcoin's maturation leap also suggests that the digital currency is carving out a permanent place in the financial system. As Tyler Winklevoss implied, Bitcoin's adoption curve is accelerating amid fears of a historic debasement in national currencies like the US dollar. These debasement fears were at the heart of a June forecast from Goldman Sachs, which called for higher gold prices. Now, unlike Bitcoin, the price of gold has languished in the recent months, with the spot price now trading 14% below its August all-time high. And as I shared in yesterday's episode, the gold market has seen significant outflows in recent weeks. In fact, record-breaking outflows, while hodlers of Bitcoin have accumulated even larger positions. That's right, Raoul Pal, the CEO of Real Vision Group, recently told his Twitter followers that he will liquidate his entire gold portfolio for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Checking out his tweet from a couple of days ago, I have a sell order in tomorrow to sell all my gold and to scale it into Bitcoin and Ethereum 80-20. I don't own anything else. 98% of my liquid net worth. See, you can't categorize me except irresponsibly long. So there you have it. There is a flippening occurring right now. And before I break down our next story of the day and I share this metric, which suggests the Bitcoin price can go as high as $590,000 this bull run, first, let's take a look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting at $578 billion with $229 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. And the current Bitcoin dominance is back on the climb at 62.2%. And now checking out the top gainers within the top 100, we have Sushi Swap up 21%, trading at $1.80. Litecoin up 5%, trading at 83 bucks. BitTorrent up 6%, trading at 0.0003. Horizon up 2%, trading at $14.37. And Nexo up 4.7%, trading at 31.6 cents. And now checking out the biggest losers within the top 100, we have Hedge Trade down 6.5%, trading at 61 cents. Numeraire down 9%, trading at $32. Digibyte down about 7%, trading at 2.2 cents. Dash down 9.5%, trading at $104. And Waves down 4%, trading at $6.68. Now, out of this list of the biggest gainers and losers, which altcoins in particular are you most bullish on? Drop me a comment right down below. And now checking out the Binance margins, we can see the bears are barely in control, leading with 50.5% shorts versus 49.5% longs. Are you currently bullish or bearish on the king of all crypto? Holla at your boy. And now checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 95, which is an all-time high in extreme greed. Yesterday was an 88, and last week an 88 in extreme greed, and last month a 72 in greed. Now, if you're not familiar with this Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity, aka BTFD, buy that freaking dip. And when investors are getting too greedy, like we're witnessing in the market right now, that means the market is due for a correction. All right, now let's check out this latest tweet from Plan B, who wrote, "My fellow Bitcoiners, the bull market is upon us like clockwork. November red dot closed above all other red dots at 19,700, ultimately meaning the highest monthly close in Bitcoin history, a new Bitcoin all-time high. This is just the beginning. We will see volatility, an example, 35%, but also new all-time highs. Enjoy the ride. Rocket ship to the moon." Now, if you're not familiar with the stock to flow X model, it predicts a $100,000 Bitcoin price by the end of next year and a $288,000 Bitcoin price medium average between the years 2020 and 2024. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the stock to flow model Bitcoin price prediction. I also like to point out, since the inception of Bitcoin, the stock to flow model has been the most accurate Bitcoin price prediction model in existence. Now, check out these red dots as we're approaching 2021. This means the bull market is just getting started. I also like to point out that I personally feel the stock to flow model is conservative with their predictions. Just saying, I would not be surprised if Bitcoin surpassed $200,000 by the end of the next year, but I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments right down below. Now let's check out the latest tweet from the Binance CEO, Changpeng Zhao, who wrote, "You do realize that the current part of the Bitcoin chart will be the flat line in a few years, right? Check that out. I can't wait for those times. It's only a matter of time. It's inevitable." How high do you think the Bitcoin price will likely climb this market cycle? Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. And before I break down our final story of the day, and I share this metric which suggests the Bitcoin price can go as high as $590,000 this bull run, first, I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 600 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. I also have some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also, be sure to smash that subscribe button right below this video to receive daily crypto news alerts and help support the channel. Also, you can find us on all the major podcasting platforms, from Spotify, the home of the Joe Rogan Experience, to Apple's iTunes. You can also follow us on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is cryptonewsyes. And for those of you active on Facebook, I do have a private crypto Facebook group entitled Crypto Alchemy. To join it, click this link, request to join. I'll be sure to plug you in. And for those of you active on Telegram, I do have a private crypto Telegram chat. To join it, click this link. You'll automatically be added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you personally on the inside. All right, now let's break down our final story of the day. All right, let's go. The current Bitcoin bull run could send Bitcoin as high as $590,000, according to this one indicator forecast shared this week, curated by on-chain analytics resource Glassnode. The net unrealized profit/loss, known as the NUPL index, has reached a level that has historically launched the Bitcoin price an order of magnitude higher. Now check this out. The latest bull signal was noticed and uploaded to social media by the company's chief technical officer, Raphael, on November 30th. And at that time, Bitcoin was already making new all-time highs on several exchanges. Now the NUPL currently resides at 0.62. Previously, reaching this level has begun an uptrend that only reversed once Bitcoin hit a new price range. Now in 2011, the price expanded by a record 3,000% after the NUPL event, while in early 2013, it expanded 800% and another 600% later that year. In 2017, the year which delivered Bitcoin's previous all-time high, there were 1,200% gains. Now the NUPL measures the proportion of coins in the network that are in profit versus those that are not. So with Bitcoin at an all-time high, that means all Bitcoin hodlers are in profit. Now, built around a neutral zero value, the closer the index gets away from it, the more the network is in profit. Negative readings likewise signify majority losses. The NUPL is at 0.62 and predicts tops at 0.8% plus. Raphael explained alongside the annotated chart you can see right here on your screen. Now, a 0.8% reading or higher this time around thus opens the door to Bitcoin topping out at anywhere between $133,000 to $590,000. Just getting started, he concluded. Now, Monday's action, meanwhile, boosted an already confident analyst known as Plan B, the creator of the stock to flow model. As I pointed out, he shared in this tweet that the bull market is officially upon us now that Bitcoin just had the highest monthly close in Bitcoin history, which basically tells us that the stock to flow is right on track. All right, now for a quick recap of what I covered with you right here in today's show. The Bitcoin price finally hit a new all-time high, and I shared with you the three major trends behind Bitcoin's successful journey to this new ATH of $19,892. Also in today's show, I shared that Bitcoin futures hit 20,300 right before the Bitcoin price dropped $1,000 in just 10 minutes. Also in today's show, I shared that Tyler Winklevoss tells CNBC Squawk Box that cash is trash. And he goes on to say, we've just been hodling. We think there's 25x from here. He predicts a $500,000 Bitcoin price along with his brother Cameron. Also in today's show, I shared the latest from Plan B, who points out we just had the highest monthly close in Bitcoin history and that the stock to flow is right on track. And also shared the latest from the Binance CEO, who says you do realize that the current part of the Bitcoin chart will be a flat line in a few years, right? Touche. And also I shared with you a metric which suggests the Bitcoin price can go as high as $590,000 this bull run. So where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go from here? Drop me a comment right down below. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto matrix. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right. And turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And real quick before I go, if interested in tapping into OPM, leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, then smash that link right below the video in the description. You'll be glad you did, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.